What up, boys and girls, ladies and gents, Crypto Nation? We're back, and as what we do on this channel is we tell it how it is in the crypto market. It's not like some other channels that are always 100% bullish at all times and using their channel for their own game, crypto gains, I should say. Here we're bullish, we're bearish. Depends on what we see in the markets, and this video is quite bearish on a couple of coins and the Oracle space in general at this point in time. So I've been hounding this recently, ever since they made their all-time highs of 20 for Chainlink, Band Protocol, which is a much smaller one. Oracle Solution, it was at 17. That as an investor, it is insane at these levels to get into these coins and get into these protocols. Now, some of you might say, well, look, these coins are now down 50, 60, 70% from those all-time highs just a month ago, Isn't investing about buy low, sell high, right? Problem is, it is about buy low, sell high, but you got to take a little broader lens, right? If you look 6-month window, 1 year window, right? 6-month window, let's say, these things are super high valued. I mean, they've still pumped up a lot from 6 months ago, right? So if you look from a wider lens, whoop, you will see that these things are still have incredible gains recently, right? So you can't just look at a month lens. Now, with investing, right, these technologies are super early stage, these Oracle solutions, which is fine. And then as an investor, you're willing to invest in these things because of the potential. And even though it's early, the key point is you need to be rewarded by coming in early, you need to be rewarded with an appropriate price that takes into account the risk you are taking. It's basic investing, right? So maybe you are willing to invest in a company that has a 1% chance of succeeding, right? As long as the gains are 1,000x, right? Something like that. You have an appropriate risk-reward ratio, right? That's what investing is about. Now, the problem with these Oracle solutions, Chainlink, Band, is even now that they've gone down 50 to 60%, and I've been telling people it's frustrating. I've been telling people to get out of these things. I'm not a registered, investment advisor, so do your own research. But I personally got out of these things. 17.5. I started a short position, as I mentioned before, through our research. There was no research. We saw the bear market coming. We were tempted to put it in early, and we didn't time it exactly. Chainlink was at 20 when it hit the time, but 17.5 was when we made the position. And even now, the position's still on at current levels at just under 8. Because right now, Chainlink has $7.5 billion diluted market cap, right? $1 billion total tokens. Right now it's at $7 to $8. And let's see, Band has around almost $1 billion, I think like $700 million market cap diluted, which is important to look at the full, right, supply compared to the price. And this is just insane. It's absolutely insane where we are early in this market. First of all, no one knows there's 3 assumptions that people have to make, first of all, to even be somewhat of a valuation on these companies. The first one is that DeFi is going to take off, okay? Let's say, I think there's a lot of value in DeFi. The second one is that DeFi is going to rely on these Oracle solutions. Because, look, no one knows that these Oracle solutions are actually are 100% the solutions that are needed for the market, for the DeFi market, and for decentralized applications. Right, we're so early on. First of all, right now, they're very expensive to use, and it just might not be the exact solution that's needed. No one really knows. So the other thing is, this type of Oracle solution that they're working on has to be successful. The third thing is, these 2 coins, or whatever coins you're looking at, Oracle they're going to be the leaders. Which that one is the easier one. If the first two assumptions come to true, I think Chainlink has already had a good first mover position, but that's another risk too, that they are the winner if all those other assumptions become true, which is still incredibly uncertain. The last thing is tokenomics. No one understands how to value these things right now. And what people don't understand and overlook sometimes is the thing with utility tokens is there's a huge downward pressure in utility tokens as people start using the coin. Why? Well, of course, the positive, right, is that people need to use the coin and people need to buy the coin. Okay, there's positive price pressure. What's the negative price pressure? Well, as the price goes up, right, the price to use the protocol will go up if they're fixed in the link or band tokens, right? So if it costs let's say it costs one band or one link to get some Oracle data, and in USD terms, right, these things go up 5-10x in price, which is great if you're holding it. It's not great if you're using the platform, right? Because things become more expensive. So that's some downward pressure, right? They become less demand. Now the way to fix this is, well, you could say, well, actually, we'll fix the prices of getting data to US dollars, okay? Well, what this does is as the price goes up in a link and band in USD terms, now you only need a half a link, a half a band to get Oracle. So what this means is there's another downward pressure and that people need less of your coin, right? And that's downward pressure itself. That's just basic utility tokens. Tokenomics that is definitely has big downward pressure. It's not like Bitcoin. Bitcoin's pretty bullish on. We're pretty bullish on it in overall because it's a simple thing to understand. It's really there's none of that negative pressure that utility tokens have, and so we're still very on with these utility tokens and the tokenomics and how they will build value if you hold the token. Okay, so with that said, at a $7 billion market cap for Chainlink and band protocols at 500 plus million, it's just insane, ludicrous numbers. Now there would be price points that I would be interested in investing. We're not even close. We're 10x over, magnitude higher than the numbers that I would be interested in looking at. Maybe we never get there, but at this point, I think there's some other coins that don't have all those assumptions and essentially have better risk reward profiles, and they're not necessarily smaller coins. I guess I'll talk about them at some point, but of course Bitcoin is the big one, and of course Bitcoin, BNB, and I'll make another video about some of the ones I'm interested in, but I just wanted to make this video to warn you guys about these Oracle things. And people have been texting me and telling me, oh, I bought at 17, should I sell? And another thing is, man, some of the communities are just a lot of speculators, let's just say, in that community. The people who are buying generally don't understand what's going on, which is not a good sign generally in markets. And at some point they're going to have to get flushed out again, right? A lot were flushed out in the 2017, 2018 dip, and it's just natural cycle. Some of these are going to be flushed out, and then they're just going to have to focus on the technology and stop going crazy with these prices. And real investors might actually come in at that point. So guys, it's still not too late, like I said, to get out of these things. I see 50% downside in the next month, next few weeks, honestly. I know people who are holding the coins don't like to hear that, but certainly by the end of the year, I think Band and Link will be, I know no one's going to believe this, but let's see, the Link, I have under 4, Band under 2. So that's my price projection by year end. And so it's not too late to get out. These things are still incredibly overvalued at this point, for where we are in the DeFi. The DeFi was a huge bubble. Some promising stuff, but bubbles are popped, and we're in the midst of that. We're not at the end. We're just deflating the ball, and you got a lot of time to get out, or especially, of course, the markets, man. Stock markets I don't see it going too much higher at this point, and those will bring extra pressure on the crypto world. So there you have it, Crypto Nation. Peace out. Stay honest, and hodl, baby. The right stuff, though. Keep cash. Keep cash. That's what I tell everyone. Keep cash at these moments, and think to yourself at what price points you want to get in at, and when things fall to those price points, get in. That's how you invest. Peace.